A very warm welcome back, everybody. Final match here of our first session of the day. And it is going to be from the Women's Pro Series 7 quarter-final. And it is two of the very best players in the game. Two former world champions and two former Women's Pro Series champions as well. Collette Henriksen and Amy Beauchamp. Amy, of course, not just fighting for the title, but the #1 ranking as well. Colette's first year as a pro, so she's down the rankings, but trying to get herself up as high as possible. And it will be Collette with the first opportunity. So two world champions on the table, got world champion in the commentary box, and it's not me, unfortunately. Barbara Taylor, how are you?
Oh, I'm very well, thanks, Simon. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, no, looking forward to this one. It's been a great. We've been treated to some special moments out there. It's really been really good.
Yeah, I think even looking at the matches from last night, I think that the standard across the board, every time you turn up to an event, it's getting higher and higher in the ladies' game. It's just so good to watch.
I completely agree. And this one has the potential.
Yes, most definitely. Both very attacking players, both always looking to go game.
Extension call.
Obviously hampered Q in there. Didn't come out the way she wanted it. I think if she'd have been able to get a comfortable position on the table, she might have just been pulling it up the right-hand side of the table, but she's still got a shot, a pot onto top left. Little shake of the arm. First frame, you're always trying to get settled quickly. She's played that well, very well. She's judged the cannon.
Still some work on this finish, though. She's gone pretty hard here early, but still a ways to go in this one.
It all depends. It's very difficult to see here on commentary, but whether she can actually miss the higher of the two reds and drop past it, or whether she's going to actually get a kiss on it, it's very hard to judge, but it does look... She's just got that little kiss, but she's actually missed the pot.
Yeah, attention was off the pot.
Yeah.
First opportunity goes for Collette then. First real chance of, well, first chance at all at the table for Amy, other than the dry break. She wasn't at her best last time we saw her out here on the main table. She did enough. She kept dipping in and out of playing well, and then would throw in a silly mistake, but then would take out a couple of really good finishes back to back. And you could tell that she's close, but wasn't absolutely firing.
Yeah, well, it's the age-old argument, and I've been watching some of Champs's sort of podcasts, and it's people asking, you know, now you're getting involved in the American pool, is it affecting your English game? And she says, well, no, I don't believe so, but it's the age-old argument of, do you stick with one discipline, or if you go across the disciplines, does it have a detrimental effect?
Yeah, I do get the argument, and I think it's, if you can be strong enough to stay with one, then maybe, but there's so many. This is a great shot, which she's not going to land on the next ball.
Deserve better.
Absolutely. But for Amy, she's not going to stop. She's going to spread her wings a little bit further as well.
Yeah.
I know she's starting to play A-ball, Chinese 8-ball, so
yeah.
I think I don't think that will stop anytime soon. I know she's committed to America as well.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But there may well be... Oh, that was unlucky. That was unlucky. But as long as you're willing to accept that it could have...
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, she's such a good cueist, though. I don't think so. I think if she can get through... It's like most things, isn't it? Once you can get your hand on the table, if you can get through the early rounds, you don't just forget, do you? She's too good for that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just the cue ball and the size of the balls more. I think.
Yeah.
She won't struggle switching between hay ball and American ball as much as she will switching from those two disciplines to English, just because it's the size of the ball and the fact that cue ball's smaller than the object balls as well. But the rewards on offer around the world, it's hard for her to ignore that. You know, she's getting opportunities now that she has to take on, really.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wish I was 20 years younger, definitely. That's got nothing to do with Paul either. But no, she's just such a good cueist, Amy. I have no doubt that she'll do well in whatever discipline she chooses to play in and put her mind to. And I like this. She's got straight away, instead of going up, down, she's trying to get on that one up the top, which she has done very well. And then she can just clear these at the bottom of the table. So wiped its feet a little, but she won't mind that. That's a nice little settler in the first frame. Cueing slightly on the cushion. Nice and straight. Long pot, just drop it in nicely. So they're all the types of shots that you really want to be getting in the opening frame, so that you can just settle down.
Just doing a full lap of the table, just to see where she wants to be for this 8 ball. She's happy with it. Centre or more likely top left. I know it's difficult to tell actually. Top left it is. And then it rattles its way in. A good start this for Champs. Pretty clinical once she decided to take them on. Do you think the #1 ranking's a factor? She's considering it at all?
I think Champs just plays.
Yeah,
I
asked. I know it's not for Amy. She's been #1, so it's not as big a factor. I think if you're trying to get there for the first time, it's something.
I think also, like, I say age, but Amy's been playing a long time. It's like myself. I actually don't even look at the rankings.
Yeah.
But when you're young and you're up and coming and you're trying to find your place in the world, in the pool world, you know.
She actually said that, as we just dip into Carl Morris and Joe Prince, she actually said to me when oh dear Joe.
Wow.
Oh, that's a huge miss. But yeah, it's just going back to Amy there. She said she doesn't want to be #2, but then reason being #2 plays bottom of the draw, therefore quite often with ultimate pool, they'll play last. So she's more likely to get a late evening match rather than out there early. So I think she'd rather not be 2.
That's always been the case. Yeah. There's nothing worse. And then also, if the matches are lagging behind, you end up waiting even longer. Yeah. So you get no favouritism for being #2 seed.
I think it should mix, if I'm honest with you. As in, you should draw 1 and 2. One shouldn't always go out first, so 1 or 2, and then 3 and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on.
Alternate, so, definitely. I know quite a few years ago, the Ladies Tour, actually, the EPA Ladies Tour did that. To stop someone always having the early morning start. Yeah. Because back then someone wanted to be #2 because they actually had a lie-in.
Yeah.
So, and they did literally do that. They just flipped it. As long as they're separated at top and bottom, I don't think it matters at all.
Yeah, they're the key numbers actually. 1 and 2, and then
3 and 4.
So and then 5, 6, 7, 8, so that you kind of so it splits the draw up. It doesn't really matter if you're 1 or 2 in terms of seeding. It doesn't matter whether you're 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You know, they're the levels that you kind of you want to get to. Of course, Collette Henriksen is nowhere near the top of the rankings right now, but it is year 1. She will get there. Too good not to.
Yeah, well, there's herself and Marion, who are throwing a spanner into these draws because obviously being unseeded, they can draw anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of when you're sort of at this stage as the Ultimate Pool ladies are, that you do have that. We've seen it happen in other sections as well.
Yeah.
The seedings are great, but if you've got players that come in and are essentially a top tier but don't get the seeding, it does throw a bit of a spanner in the works.
Yeah. All the fun of the fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Amy had Collette twice in one of the tournaments this year in the first round. And we are talking about two of the the top 4 or 5 players in the world drawing each other first round because of it.
Yeah, I think last year when it was Marion's first year, I drew her twice first round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was fun.
Yeah. It's not the reward you want for being at the top of the rankings.
Not really, no. But if you want to win one of these things, you've got to play everybody.
I'm surprised she's not going top left here.
Yeah, because there's a nice gap between the black and that red to drop into, just a slight stun.
Yeah, just hold it, isn't it? Just soft screw shot, stun shot.
Yeah. Just
hold, and then it's simple. It's okay. That one could go wrong, but it hasn't.
Nice kiss.
Okay, yeah. I'm really surprised. She's a good curious just to drop that one in top left and hold. Wasn't too tough a tariff, really.
Maybe she thought she was coming out too much and then couldn't have held for the black, maybe. I don't know.
And we're all square at 1-1, both players settling into the match nicely. A little bit of a calm come across the arena right now. You can see a couple of the pro quarterfinals still going on. There's Carl Morris just wiping his cue down. Chris Day at the table. They've actually just gone on as Chris Day's quarterfinal. That match was delayed. A couple of long matches on there before that. See Casey Ramford-Norrie at the top end there, just getting going in our quarterfinal. It feels like a grand stage to play on.
It looks like a grand stage to play on when you walk in the room, to be fair. I think that the slight change from the first event here has made a huge difference, and especially for the people who want, the spectators who want to watch, because you've got a prime view now and you can almost survey all of them a lot more clearer. So there's a lot more spectators in the viewing area.
Yeah, I love the way that Ultimate Pool have changed the layout here for the arenas. Not the best of layouts here for champs.
No. Very messy. So, has there been many comments on commentary from people regarding the new balls?
I've not seen on social media because I very rarely go on social media.
No? Anybody talking about it on commentary, or anybody give their thoughts?
Not had that many players come in and join us on commentary, actually. It's
haven't you?
fairly quiet from that. So,
Oh.
What's your take on them?
Well, I like them.
Yeah.
I do like them. To be honest with you, yes, when you're watching on the screen, they look bigger, but they're not.
It's strange you say that, because when I first saw them, I walked into the club in Stoke, where we have our Monday night show, and I just thought, they look like marbles. They look tiny.
Oh, really?
That was my first reaction. Was, oh, they look. And then you put the old balls next to them, and you're like, oh, they're exactly the same size.
Yeah.
There is no difference.
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, that I don't feel like they play any different. Actually, I say they don't play any different. They seem to play smoother. I know that sounds silly, smoother on the cloth.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to explain, but I also think as well, when you very first start playing with them, it's an optical illusion. Your eyes are tricking you, making you think that they're slightly bigger or they're playing different. And I think literally, by the time the second match you play with them, you won't even notice the difference. Yeah. The only thing I actually have found weird he's gone back to a solid black after all these years.
I like it, though.
Oh, I like it.
I like it.
But it's just weird that obviously after so many years, it's back to a solid. And I think if I had my choice, I might have made the white 8 probably a bit bigger on it.
Well, I was saying on commentary yesterday that I like the fact it's gone back to being a black ball rather than a black and white ball.
Yeah.
I've had to train myself on commentary to call it an 8 ball because it wasn't a black ball, it was a black and white ball.
Yeah.
So I've trained myself to call it, and now I can go back and I can do what I want. It's an 8 ball and it's a black ball, so it's all good.
No, I like it, but it is weird on the eye initially when you first. But again, it's like anything else. And everybody, you've got people saying, they've just thrown these balls, you know, and we've not had a chance to play with them. And I tell them the story of 2006 at the World Championships.
Yeah, I heard about it, yeah.
Yeah, we turned up at the 𝗨𝗃𝗃, and there was a new sponsor in 𝗨𝗃𝗃𝗃.com. And they just said, there you go, and threw the spotted white on the table. Yeah. And nobody had even touched it.
Mid-tournament, wasn't it?
No, it was at the start. And I remember because 𝗪𝗁𝗀𝗍𝗍 and 𝗪𝗏𝗆𝗀 had along with Darren Appleton, had a session practice because a lot of people were complaining. And of course, Mark was saying, what's the problem? And he had it on a piece of string as always.
When doesn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, and everybody just got on with it. And it was very quickly. You don't even remember what the old one was like.
Yeah.
So it's just change. That's all it is. People just don't like change.
Yeah. I do remember when sets were changed and people didn't like the change then, and then that quickly became champs. That quickly became the norm. Like you would, if you went to a tournament without the set we've been previously using, the Pro Cups, you'd be like, well, what's going on here? I'm not doing this, and it's amazing how quickly that changed from people not happy with them coming in.
Well, I can't believe it's very rare now you go into a pub with the old balls, but they feel like ping pong balls.
Yeah,
they're so small, and it's like, how did we ever play with these? It's everything's always evolving, and you know, it could well be they change again in the future, but you just have to roll with it. It's no good fighting or moaning. It doesn't work. But I really like them for what it's worth.
It's a nice shot. Very nice shot. Chance to take these out.
I believe they will be being used at the EPA event next week.
Oh, will they?
Yeah.
Well, you'd know.
Yeah, I believe. I'm just waiting for proper confirmation, but yeah.
That's good to hear.
So I'm sure there'll be lots of opinions, and
everyone's got one.
Yeah.
Everyone's entitled to one.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Oh, I had one of them yesterday. Proper grips. Oh,
just you can't believe how. I mean, she's overhit that by like a foot and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. It's almost twice as far as she wanted to go, and you cannot believe it.
That sweet spot, and it just. Oh yeah, I had one for 2-1 on, and it was just a little dinkable back, literally 6 inches. It's gone all the way across the other side.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so responsive.
Not thrown it away though. Has left the red to bottom right. Not sure there's Amy can do much with it.
I'm a little surprised at that because that was almost a free shot with where that red is on the side. I know Amy obviously is a quality player and she can double it, whatever, but...
Well, she's blocked the double. I'm not sure if that was on her radar, but she's actually blocked. But if that was available, it'd be slightly different.
But my question is, if that had dropped, what was next? You know? Wow. Second prize.
Yeah. The yellow does go the other way. It takes more work to get there.
I just think at 1-1 in a match, I think I'd rather try to be aggressive and put the fear factor on.
Yeah.
And because if somebody takes that out and then doubles that red, for me, you shake the hand and say, well done, you know, but you're playing percentages, aren't you?
It's not ideal.
Even now, I think I'd be going for the double. Pull the white ball back. If it goes, you're on the one bottom left. If it doesn't, you're in no different position. That's wide.
Okay, double is available now for champs. Probably the best option.
Yeah, I don't see the benefit in playing into it.
He's down for the double, but comes too far.
Cross double?
Yeah, maybe gone far enough for that.
Oh, she's got it. No?
Not quite. This is starting to be a big frame. Multiple chances on both sides of the table.
Slight puff of the cheeks there from Collette. She's played that well, but she was always going to have problems holding for that.
I thought she was going to clip it the other way around and go around, cue ball around the top end of the table. Surprised by that.
Yeah. I think she'll take that, but obviously the double down to the bottom left is available for champs now.
And the 8-ball she might be able to I suppose the problem is if she lines the 8-ball up with the yellow to stop the yellow going, then the 8-ball won't go. So
yeah,
decisions to make.
The cut is on, but it is a chop. That is a cut and a half, that.
Now she wants the yellow to be blocked, and she's got it. It wasn't the best work, but it's worked out okay. Red's gone to a position where Collette can hope to get this one safe.
Yeah, I think if she, again, bit aside, catch this thin, that is not going to be... Whoa.
What a mixy frame we are seeing here, and this has used up over 10 minutes now.
Yeah, yeah.
Champs gets the win in the end.
I almost feel like Champs has got away with one there.
And she takes the lead, 2-1. Just give you some update on some scores there. 𝗪𝗁𝗘𝗏 and 𝗪𝗁𝗃𝗏 all square at 1-1. Lindsay Roberts, great win over Megan Proctor in the last round. She's almost gone immediately straight back on to play Casey Ramford-Norrie, who came through in dramatic circumstances earlier on the main TV table in that 6-red shootout. But it is Lindsay that's made the stronger start, 2-1 there. And on the Pro Series side, we know that Chris Melling is through, and he'll play the winner of Carl Morris and Joe Prince, who you can see Joe at the table right now, and Carl with the bright shirt on with a big clock there. Joe's got an opportunity to make it all square, 7-6 to Carl at the moment. Chris Day is 3-1 down to John Chambers. The winner of that match will play Liam White in the semi-finals. Great run for Liam White through to the semis. Beat Phil Parkin in the quarters, who took down the #2, Declan Brennan, late last night.
It's all opening right up in the men's, isn't it?
It's been incredible, actually. All the top seeds, the highest ranked player in the tournament is number 12.
Really?
I mean, it is Chris Melling, but he's number 12.
Wow.
All the other top seeds were knocked out and knocked out earlier. Declan was in the last 16.
Yeah.
Most were 64 or 32.
Yeah, because I actually watched the end of Declan and Dylan Leary's match.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah, he just got over the line against
Yeah.
Dylan, and then he went on and lost to Phil Parker, and Phil played brilliantly in that match. And he was at that point he's the number 2 seed, and the next highest seed was Chris at 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
And him and Tom still
If Declan,
jockeying.
if Declan had won the title, he would have been number 1.
Right.
So he's gained a few ranking points because he made last 16 and Tom was last 64. So it's all to play for in the last one. That got underway today. Haven't seen the results from the first round. Not televised because we're focusing on event 7. I'm just being shown by my co-commentator here that Tom Cousins is eliminated already from the second event of the weekend. So first round exit for him to Jimmy Croxton. So a disappointing weekend for Tom, which opens up the door once again for Declan. I still think he has to win the tournament. You have to get the calculator out, but I don't think a runner-up finish will be enough. So a lot will be on what Declan does now. While we're talking about that, Colette's gone around this beautifully. Just to finish off on that, Declan Brennan currently 6-5 in front of 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃. They're playing right now.
Again, it grips and she's just got into it. It's just a little dink and it just flies. But you still expect Colette to drop this in.
It's better than being short, I suppose. That's the
definitely
understanding her margin.
Yeah.
So we have the long drawn-out frame, followed by a very good finish here from Collette Henriksen. Back all square at 2-2. Still no result in the Carl Morris-Joe Prince match. You see the shot here. You can see all the tables at the back there, the lights on. That's where the pro matches that we've just talked about, that's where Tom will have played Jimmy, and Declan will be playing right now. Can't quite pick him out from that shot, but that's where the pros will be playing if they're not on the TV table. I like this shot here. He gets the crew on TV. Our great cam ops out there that do a great job.
Frame 5, Amy Beauchamp to break. 2 frames off.
Not really catching the break very well at the moment, is Amy. Her
No.
last break led to a messy frame, and now here we go again. Maybe time for a change. Just catching that front ball half ball. It's just no good.
Yeah, I was watching you doing your little piece about breaks.
Oh, really?
And, yeah.
Don't tell me I'm giving. Don't tell me you've taken something from that.
Oh, I have,
as a
but
world champion, you shouldn't be listening to me.
Saying that, yes, but saying that, you still moan about where I break from. However, I have changed though, because I listened to you about how the cue being elevated, the white ball is leaving the bed of the table before it strikes the front ball.
Yep.
So although it's in the same position, I've changed the way I'm standing, and you obviously can't see that when I'm doing it.
Is your hand still on the top of the table? Or is it on the...
No. My hand's flush, but my back, I'm lower, lot lower, and I've turned slightly side on, and I'm keeping it. And I've had a lot of success from watching your little video.
Because the reason I mentioned it when you were playing is that your hand's on top of the cushion, therefore you're adding height on top of height.
But I'm not cueing on my hand. I'm actually on the.
Okay.
So it's my hand is stabilising, but it's not actually.
Okay, which is slightly different rather than looping it. You're having it stabilising it another way.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really interesting.
So, but I've lowered my back arm. So from watching your video, because I was fed up with you moaning about my brake.
you get to see it on the super slow-mo camera,
definitely.
which we have when we go live on the TV on the Monday nights. You can see the ball bouncing down, and if you that number of times players moan about having a slug rack from the referees when actually it's just the ball's caught the pack on a hop.
But I'm actually conscious of that every time I'm braking now, and I think it's made a big difference. So thank you very much, Simon.
Oh, you're welcome.
I listen. You're never too old to learn.
Just shows that not all my videos are complete nonsense.
No. Well, it made sense. A lot of them don't, but that one did. But no, like I say, anyone who's listening, definitely, 100%, it made perfect sense to me. And it's something that I've looked at, and I have had a lot more success since I've took it on board and been conscious of it.
What's strange is I cannot brake at all. I can't generate any power. I get no... there's a reason I don't play.
It's because you're so good at commentating, that's what it is.
Get dragged to the golf course instead. Dragged on. I'm the one dragging. Can't wait to get there.
So just a containing shot there from...
Oh yeah, we should talk about the ball.
From Amy, yeah. Well, I think it's because it's nearly lunchtime. That's what it is.
Yeah. Shit, the crew are half a match away from going and having lunch, so yeah, they're all quite excited. A little peek behind the curtain. Whenever, if a player's on the hill and then they lose a few racks, it's a crew killer.
You can see the shoulders drop.
When it's the final match of the session, they're like, oh my God, I'm potentially 2 minutes away from getting food, and now you've added 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it might be.
Oh dear. See, all this inside knowledge, you know. So as a player, now I know when I'm out there, I'll be thinking, oh yeah, I've just really annoyed them now.
Yeah. If it's the final match of the session and you go 3-0 down in a race to 7, I tell you that very much that the crew are hoping you lose 7-0.
That's lovely to know.
And it's not a personal thing.
No.
It's just about the food's coming.
I think at this point, I'm going to go back to the match now, but I think at this point, see again, because of where that yellow is by the black, I think Collette could have afforded to develop that red that's by the black spot, run off of it, and then play into that yellow and red that's bottom right. Although it looks like the red goes and the yellow doesn't, but I just think that yellow by the black keeps it very, very scrappy, and I think it would benefit Collette more to have them opened up a little bit. Yeah,
dangerous though, isn't it? Because you open up it a little bit and there's enough, all Amy's balls are quite close, so you feel like there's more room for her to be able to develop. But it's quite a fascinating little battle.
But again, as you know, it's a lot of this is you're gambling. It's all percentages, and you're laying, and all the time the clock's tick tick tick. You know, you have to make something happen sometimes, and literally gamble. Yeah. And if they get it, then you've still got time to start again. Let's go. Yeah, and it's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, and the match clock is a big factor in all that as well. The situation of the match, how long left, all that sort of thing. Are you winning the tactical exchange? In these sort of situations, I'd rather a lot of players that want to be the aggressor and be the, I'm going to take on the low percentage finish and I'm going to show you. Whereas I'm like, I sit here and I think I'd rather be the person that sort of teases my opponent into taking on a low percentage finish.
Yeah, I mean,
which is a gamble.
It is a gamble. Everything's a gamble. I mean, this is perfect for Amy. See, I actually would have just bumped that, so it was clear, because, yes, there's a red into the centre, but the odds of Collette clearing those up the way they're all tied up.
The one thing because I was thinking the same as you, but if she played that shot and the yellow goes past the ball's width off the cushion, the 8-ball then goes. So you're making it, whereas she's played it in such a way where she can now pot her yellow, but it still does a good job of blocking the 8-ball. It's not a bad yellow anymore. So actually, I think I was thinking exactly the same way as you, but I think that was well played in the end for Amy.
I'm not saying that the line is right. I think I would have just moved it a bit further.
A bit closer, yeah.
Yeah.
Give
so
it a bit more.
kept it blocked, but.
Right now, it just feels like we're edging closer towards Amy going than to that.
Oh, yeah. But the longer it goes on, the more importance gets put on the frame, which then in turn leads to more pressure on when you do finally go. So.
Red goes in the other centre, so these reds are on, so it's important that Amy didn't open up the 8-ball. Just see there, Carl Morris is celebrating in the background. He has just got the victory over Joe Prince. Carl Morris into the semi-finals, which means we have a magical first semi-final as Houdini plays the magician.
Rolling back the years.
Rolling back the years, yeah, absolutely.
Collette keeps looking at this red.
There he is. Celebrating still. They'll be on about 6:15. Give or take. First match this evening is at 5 o'clock, which will be the Women's Pro Series final as that comes into trouble. Semi-final, rather.
I think she wanted to run past that. She's been looking at the red that's near the black spot into the bottom right on the inside of that yellow. But what's interesting is there is a plant here on that red.
Does that yellow go?
It does.
It looks like it does, doesn't it?
Everything goes now.
Looks like she can play it as well and just float and just skim off the yellow, popping it open a touch while staying on the bottom yellow. And this looks like a really good chance to go.
Yeah.
Or she can screw out and not move it at all, because it does go in the corner or the middle. So she doesn't need to move it. Yeah, just it all goes. It's a poor shot from Collette.
She won't be pleased with that. It was a bit of a skid there off of the bottom cushion. I think she might be able to dink this. She might be able to hold for that one. She's chose to play into them, and that's turned out lovely for her.
Yeah, just a nice half a turn of angle here. Her patience has been rewarded.
And with 16 minutes left, could be a very huge frame.
And it's noticeable that these drawn-out frames are all happening off Amy's break.
Yeah.
Break in play in our table means we can jump across and see John Chambers is going very nicely. Looking good here for a 5-1 lead. 2 balls away. Although, does this go? Looks tight. I think he's on the reds. I'm sure he's on the reds.
Well, he's had a good look at it.
Yeah. This is the only remaining quarter-final in the Pro Series. Liam White is waiting for the winner of this match. Playing the double.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not going to reach.
It will, but it's not there.
A chance for Kristē to get back into that one and make it 4-2. Collette Henriksen comes back to the table to break off. Her break's having wider layouts, but it's going to be a wider layout for Amy. It's actually not that wide a layout, actually.
Again, very messy, isn't it?
Yeah.
think both of them look absolutely rubbish. I'm looking at both thinking they've both got major problems.
Yeah, I'm glad you're referring to the
balls and not the players.
Balls, not the players. Yeah. Could have played that firmer and potentially done a little bit of movement there. Because the big problem ball on Reds is the one that she's now queuing over.
Well, I think I'd be tempted to just drop this and then play the loss of turn and leave the white ball almost sticking on top of the yellow. But obviously she's tried to move it. She played a loss of turn now, to be fair.
You
could do.
Feather this thin enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
But she's put it safe.
Yeah, needed one more turn on that red and it would have been okay, because the yellow at the top gives you an element of freedom, so you want that red to be on.
Yeah.
If I'm Collette here, I think I'm potting right centre and I'm then playing the loss of turn at the top.
Definitely.
And it completely just turn the tables on Amy at the top of the table. I could do it off that ball. Beautiful.
Great queuing.
Beautiful bit of queuing. Now take control of the frame. Will Amy be tempted to have a little dip here, considering there's probably not much of a safety option on? Because if you take the one to bottom right, which is obviously the only ball she can see.
Yeah.
Tough part, of course, but you could get yourself an angle. The two in the middle go, and you can get an angle on the one in the middle to get the one at the bottom out.
The only thing is again, it's not a major, when I say a major drama, but again, the black doesn't pass top right because of the yellow, so there's an awful lot to do here, but it is, like you say, she hasn't got much of the choice, really. I would be taking this and running it through. Ideally, I'd be on the one next to the black, to then leave an angle on that one in the middle.
She's not on the one next to the black, she's on the one to the left centre to play the breakout. Did she want an extra turn on that?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that...
This is thin.
Yeah.
Does she miss the connection at the bottom if she makes the pot? No, she gets it perfect. Needs it to pull up.
Whoa.
Oh, it's gonna... If that stops, what, 2 turns less, it's a perfect shot. Fortunately, it didn't, so it's not.
Can she go off the top cushion?
I think the yellow blocks the path.
See, that white's glued on the bottom cushion as well, isn't it? She can't...
Be tough to get any action on it.
Just bump it.
Yeah, so that's her chance. Collette now has a chance to tie the scores up once again.
Yeah. And again, it's almost a free go, because I don't think either of those reds pass up to the top right. I think the one nearest the cushion may be able to drop past, but it's almost like a free go, isn't it? You can let your arm go a little bit and...
Well, she needs it to be. It's a disappointing miss. Her first shot actually put her in that position. She wanted to be on that ball, but not with as much angle. She wanted to be able to just drop it in and play control position. Amy's looking like this right-hand one might have a chance. It looks tight from our camera angles.
Yeah, it just needs to be floated, doesn't it, really?
Needs it to block, which it has.
Yep.
So just play the loss of turn. She's got to get the cue ball right if she does.
Yeah, she needs to run it round, doesn't it? And leave it on that bulk line on the left-hand side cushion. She may have the angle. She could actually screw back and try and get it down the bottom end. Well, by playing the plant, she must be looking at trying to drop on that to the top left. Into the 10 seconds. 15-second shot clock, sorry. I think she's got a better angle now to play the loss of turn.
We're into the final 15, or final 10 rather, at 15 a shot. Okay. Yeah, she needed that as well. Look where she's left the cue ball for the red. No effort to get better on the yellow.
No.
Which would have allowed her to have some element of safety in that shot as well. And it's a wide.
I think the 15-second shot clock will suit Amy more than it will suit.
Just that little bit more experience.
Yes. Yeah.
I still don't think Amy's fully. I think Amy uses the clock quite a lot at the 30 seconds a shot part of the match. I do think if she made an effort to step, a step quicker,
yeah,
then she'd be even more comfortable in that transition.
Yeah.
She is a player that likes that little. She wants to walk around and see where she wants to be. She doesn't want to just do it. So. Oh no. And that yellow spitting safe as well just makes Amy's job even easier. She can take this on as a freebie. If it sits over the pocket,
yeah,
she's in great shape. If it goes in, she wins the frame. Oh, just caught it. It's a little thick. Just takes a pace out the cue ball and leaves the yellow on. Well, it's a mixy frame here. Cue ball. That should be that. That should be a 2-frame advantage with 7.5 to play.
It's massive, isn't it?
It's huge. This is the sort of frame, I think, if you offered both players, if I was sat here with both players and we replayed it and said, talk me through, they would both be saying, I think I made a bad decision there, I made a bad decision there. I think the frame was there to be won for both of them with a touch of control.
Control/composure.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The right safety shot, the right lock. I think Collette missed a trick, not with her choice of safety once Amy didn't get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both of them would look back at that frame and think there was definitely better options than ones they took.
But to be fair, I think most players, if they watch their matches back, they could probably do that 10 times over.
I question how many of them do that. As in, they all watch them back, but do they watch them back and try and learn from them?
Oh, yeah, but again, it's very difficult to read. Again, when you're sitting here, you see it really clearly.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can even be in a match and play a shot and walk away and turn around and go, oh, why didn't you just play X? And why didn't you see that? And sometimes your brain just doesn't work.
Yeah.
or you're on one track.
But I think that because this game is a puzzle, that's an element that needs to be trained.
It does, yes.
I think a lot of players, especially at this level, Amy's going to go in off, so hope here for Collette. But a lot of players will go out there and they'll train their queuing, they'll train their potting, and they'll play frames. Whereas train the puzzle, I don't think many do that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've had some matches with people. Oh, wow.
And this is a messy frame again. Amy's break is leaving tough layouts.
Yeah, I've had people say it, I've played a match with them and they've gone, you play shots that I wouldn't even think of, in terms of you don't always have to go for it, or you don't have to. And again, that's when you know that you're obviously thinking clearly but like I say, when you're out there,
yeah, it's completely different.
It's completely different, and it's so hard to explain because you get the usual, you're not that good, but it definitely makes a difference when you are in the arena environment.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, but you need it to become second nature when you're playing at such a pace.
Yes.
That you haven't got time to think about it and come up with 4 options. It's got to be instinctive. And that can be trained. I really do believe that. It
can be, but again, you need and that will come. That's why I'm saying every time we come here, even if it's on the outside tables or on here, I do think the standard is just going to continue to rise and rise and rise, because the more you do it, the better you become at it. as a player. Again, realising that when you're on that 15-second shot clock, you haven't got time to walk around and have a look where you want the white ball.
Yeah.
You have to go on instinct.
Yeah.
And trust your arm, trust your thought process, and also accept that you may well play a really strange shot because you're having to try to think fast, and you haven't got many choice. You know, you haven't got much time to make a multiple choice decision.
Yeah.
And instead of getting rattled by that, embracing it, and I think that will only come in time. The more that we get used to it, and I think it's showing, to be honest with you. When you look back on the first lot of matches that were on, say, 3 years ago, I think everybody can agree the difference is chalk and cheese, and it's only going to get better. It
certainly is. You can definitely. It's all there to go back and look at and see. You know, it's all on the app on YouTube. You can go back and see that evolution.
Not so many rabbits in headlights.
That was always the problem, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That kind of that feeling of a token match at the end of a tournament.
Yeah.
Where, you know, obviously it's the two players that have made the final that are out there, but then all of a sudden you feel like you're playing for more than just the tournament. You're almost throwing the whole section onto your shoulders, and we're trying to showcase the sport. Yeah,
and it used to happen at the World Championships where you used to play on one style of table for 10 days, and then they'll put you on the big 8-foot table on with cameras, and then they give you 1 hour's practice on it, and then want you to showcase the ladies, and everyone goes, "Oh, you don't play very well." Or even Sue Thompson will tell you she never played her best in a world final.
No. I would. I'm trying to word this without offending anybody. Here we go.
There we go.
There's a lot of strange things happen in the pool world, and I have absolutely no doubt at the time the people that made that decision were doing it with the best intentions.
Yeah, of course.
But I cannot get mad on that at all. It's the only match you'll ever play in a year on that size table. I mean, you can't find one. You can't find an 8-foot table.
No.
There isn't one in the country.
No.
I could not. It's just mind-blowing to me.
No. Well, again, the men used to play from the quarterfinals onwards. They'd have the team event. They'd have, but yeah, us ladies used to get 1 hour's practice, and then off you go.
Yeah.
And I'm not a snooker player background person, and all the angles were different, and then like say people watch and they go, "Oh, it's not very good, is it?" Really?
Yeah. I have my theories on why it was done, but probably not worth going into. But yeah, just I don't know. you can't make it up.
No. But we've moved on from that.
Champ didn't really want that going in. Does she feel forced? I don't think she should with the match clock. If she was being aggressive here, she does have a thin clip into right centre and just open everything up. But there's 3 minutes on the clock and she's 2 in front. If she takes that on and misses and leaves it wide open, she potentially then has 2 minutes for Collette to maybe run one out in the next. So wise decision.
Yeah, I think she has been containing it, but at the same time, so is Collette, and it doesn't benefit Collette to keep it tied up. No. She needs to be sort of slowly opening and trying as quickly as possible to work them into a position to go game. But
even here, I wouldn't be thinking about going. Yeah, no, Amy isn't either. It may feel wrong for her out there, but you're playing the match. There's a big prize on offer here.
Yeah.
It's the semi-finals of the for a place in the semi-finals of the Pro Series. You know, this is big. Oh, that's a big fluke, and on the one at the bottom as well. Not on the one at the bottom, then not playing it.
That's a loose one.
Yeah, I think Colette's kind of run out of ideas, really, because she wants to do everything quickly, but hasn't really been able to do that because Champs is playing the game. She's tying it up.
I think Champs can just run this one through and leave an angle to play the red into the bottom left, and then play into. I don't know if she's come far enough. I don't think she has. If she'd have run through another half ball, she could have actually then played off the left-hand rail into that red and yellow that's tied up. But she doesn't have to, though.
Yeah, 1 minute 25 left to play.
She doesn't have to do anything at all.
No, match is essentially over. No golden breaks or ducks in play. So even if Collette was to run these out, and she's not going to, now Amy can win the frame. No need to keep messing around because it's absolute sitters. Going that way around. If she rolls through there, then she leaves a bad angle to get on the 8 balls. Pulls it back just to leave her natural. Let the cue ball run round the natural angles. She's going to run this down to the 20-second mark. And
I don't see the reason behind it.
well, it's just training yourself to do the right thing, and Collette's doing the right thing. She's not going to wait for the balls to be racked up because she knows the game is up. Fascinating match. Two great players that are capable of powerhouse pool, neither able to really deliver it. The ball's dictated a tactical affair, but it is Amy that somehow manages to get the better of it, and she books her place in another Pro Series semi-final.